Hey everyone, Dan here. We are during market hours on Thursday, March 11th, and wanted to take a look at a few stocks we've been tracking for the last couple of weeks before Power Hour starts. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps spread the word a ton. And let's get right into it. So, GameStop, today we're on the 30-minute chart here. GameStop to me is still looking good. It's holding its price strength really respectfully, if you will. I know it's fallen out of this channel, and that was like a semi-sad moment just because when something is confined within a channel, there becomes some level of predictability and confidence in it. And then when it falls out of the channel, it's a little bit like you're out in no man's land again and you're like, uh-oh, where are we going to go now? So that's the case. But in the case of GameStop, falling out of the channel has meant that there's all these support levels that we've previously drawn in. And, we look for them to provide the support as GameStop tries to figure out where it's going to go from here. I don't really have any updates other than that. I still think we're in a good position. I have not changed my position in GameStop, and I wouldn't be too concerned. I would be looking essentially what we've been saying for it to push off this 250 level and start pushing through this 273 to 285 zone. That's going to be challenging for it. And if it dips below 250, we'll be looking for that 225 to catch it. And if it doesn't, then we can assess and adjust from there. But, I don't think that like a path back to 300 is impossible or even improbable. I just think that, as time goes on, we gather more information and put those data points together. That's basically what the charting activity is, and gives us things to look for to decide what to do at those points. IPOE, we put out a video a few days ago about the run-up that IPOE is likely to see based on its upcoming merger with SoFi. At that point, I had said this green box was where we could really start to see a sustained push upward. That's the green money box. And, we saw a good push off of that level. We saw it get caught by this red price target area. So, it's developing a couple of solid levels of support. As I said in the video, there wasn't really any friction points between 18 and 1919. And that's basically what we saw. So it was like it ran up here within the course of a day and then has sort of like gotten stuck around those areas. But I think it's still looking good. You can watch my video on iPod and IPOF, which is like market opportunities, to sort of see more info on the typical lifestyle of a SPAC, which is what IPOE is. But what you can often look for is this sort of like big run up in price when the target of the merger is announced, and then a sell off based on sort of a reaction to the big pump that it just received. And then as the merger date approaches, it starts to kind of get some hype and momentum back into it, and the market once again starts to try to price the company that it's going to merge with, which in this case is SoFi. And so market's trying to sort that out right now. I think there's a lot of room to run up still. My immediate upper target is this 21 level. And then I think, we would do a new chart and analysis then, but I think, things that we'll identify there will be like this 22 and a half, this 24. I wouldn't be surprised if this one sort of come trade day settles in the mid 20s. So maybe with the hype, if it is really strong, maybe it gets up into the 30s, with the hype, that tailwind. NNDM, I put out a tweet earlier this morning during the pre-market basically saying, NNDM has had such a beatdown that even if earnings are bad, we might see a big jump up just because we've kind of like gotten that out of the way. Like the elephant in the room has now been revealed. We know what the earnings are, and even if they're bad, the market will often be like, well, we've beaten this stock price down 50% already. It's half of the value that it was just a few weeks ago. And so maybe that was an overreaction. And even though these are bad earnings, the company still has more value than where it's trading right now. So, let's buy in and ride the price action up. And that's exactly what's happening today. As you've seen, this big movement here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Maybe I'll show it a little bit better. Yeah, so we had all of this. For disclosure, I sold out, I think it was around here today. So when this came up and couldn't hold this level and bounced off of it, here's resistance. I was watching it as it came down, and as it reapproached and it couldn't breach it again, I sold out somewhere around here because I thought, it doesn't have a lot of buying strength over that like $11 mark, and it needs it so that it can establish 1093 as support. But there's still a really good path back for NNDM here. There's some areas of really good run room. This space up to 1250 essentially is what I would hope to be getting into, because there's a lot of run room there between about 11 up until 12.5, and then again there's a lot of run room up to 14.5. So as a percentage, those are really great gains to realize if you can catch it correctly. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. What's it going to do off of this 11? Is it going to get pushed back down into this maybe like 1009 range and kind of settle there for a while? Or can it really push off that $11 mark and make its way toward 1250? Then I'll start sort of feeling good about it and maybe re-enter. And finally, CCIV. This is not a helpful time frame to be in. So we drew this chart yesterday in the recap, I think, and said, it looks like CCIV might be coming into this channel. That has shown itself to be the case, so that's a good sign. Sort of as we talked about on GameStop, it just gives us some more confidence and predictability in where the stock is going to go while it's remaining in the channel. And if it does continue to respect the channel, it also gives you really good buying opportunities as the price comes down to the bottom of the channel. If you think that it's going to continue to hold the channel, then those are really good buying opportunities because you're expecting it to come back up toward the top of the channel and continue to bounce back and forth within that channel. So I would continue to look for that. As we see right now, it's trying to get to this blue line, whatever it is. I can't really tell because the price is too close. But something in the high 26s, maybe 26.89 or something like that. And so, it's sort of respecting all the levels that we drew in, and now it's holding a channel. So these are all really good signs. I have a pretty sizable holding in CCIV. And so, I'm really looking for it to get back into the 30s here soon. And my ultimate price target for the near term is this box here, which is the mid 40s, when things kind of settle in with the Lucid Motors deal. So that's it for this one. Good luck. I hope your trading day has gone well, and I will see you all in the next video.